Every artist dreams of that breakthrough year, the one where your skills skyrocket, your projects finally come together, and you feel unstoppable. But let's be real, without a solid plan, those dreams can get lost in the chaos of life. I've been there, and I know how frustrating it can be to start strong, but to lose steam. That's why today I'm showing exactly how to set art goals for 2025 and the systems that'll help you actually achieve them. Trust me, this isn't about making a long to-do list. It's about creating habits and strategies that work. So grab your pencil or stylus, draw along with me, and let's dive in. Let's start with this. Why even bother setting art goals? Well, without them, it's easy to feel like you're just floating along, drawing aimlessly and not really growing. I think every artist has been in that position at least once. It's like you're stuck in a loop, drawing the same types of things over and over, but not really improving. Goals are your way out of that loop. They give you direction. When you set a goal, it's like planting a flag on the horizon. It becomes your compass. Instead of wondering, what should I draw today? You actually have a clear purpose. For example, when I first started focusing on improving my anatomy, I wasn't just randomly sketching bodies. I made it my mission to complete 100 anatomy studies over the summer. That goal kept me motivated, even on the days where I didn't really feel like drawing. But here's the thing, goals alone aren't enough. How many times have you set a goal like, I'll draw every day, and then completely forgotten about it 2 weeks later? It's not just you, it happens to all of us. That's why this video isn't just about setting goals, it's about setting the right goals and then backing them up with systems that'll keep you on track. So that begs the question, how do you set the right goals? The first step is to break them into categories. This makes everything feel more manageable and ensures you're covering all areas of growth. Here are 3 key categories to consider. First, skill goals. These are about leveling up your techniques. For example, maybe you want to master dynamic poses, learn digital painting, or finally tackle perspective. Those are skill goals. Project goals is the second category, and these are your big creations. Maybe it's finishing a comic, building a portfolio, or creating a set of fan art pieces for a convention. And the third category is community goals, and this one's often overlooked, but it's actually kind of important. Do you want to grow your social media following, maybe connect with other artists, or collaborate on a project? Community goals is something you should definitely be considering. Now, let's make these goals specific and realistic. Instead of saying, I'm going to get better at anatomy, try something like, I'll complete 3 figure studies a week. The more specific the goal, the easier it is to track your progress and actually feel accomplished. And it's important to be real with yourself. Don't overwhelm yourself with like 50 goals. Pick 3 or 5 that really excite you and focus on those. Remember, progress is better than perfection. Here's the big secret. Systems are actually way more important than goals. Let me explain. A goal is like saying, I want to climb Mount Everest. It's inspiring, but it doesn't tell you how to actually get there. A system, on the other hand, is the daily routine that prepares you for the climb, like hiking every weekend, improving your endurance, and learning how to use the gear. When I wanted to improve my gesture drawing, my goal wasn't just get better at gestures. My system was actually pretty simple. I did 10 2-minute gesture sketches every morning before starting any other work. That routine became second nature, and after a few months, my lines felt so much more fluid and confident. So think about what systems you can create to support your goals. If your goal is to finish a comic, your system might be work on the comic for 1 hour every evening. If your goal is to learn anatomy, your system could be complete 1 anatomy study each day. Systems that would turn big, intimidating goals into small, actionable steps. Now, if you're thinking that seems just a little too iffy, you don't really see the value in it, let's talk about that in more practical terms. Here's a few systems that you can try. My favorite one is morning sketch sessions. Start your day with a 15-minute warm-up sketch. It can be anything, a character pose, an object on your desk, or a random prompt. The point is to loosen up and get into the flow and build some consistency. Dedicate some practice days is another great strategy. You pick one day of the week to focus on a specific skill. For example, Mondays could be for anatomy, Wednesdays are for perspective, and Fridays are for coloring. This way, you're making sure that you're touching every single aspect or skill that you're trying to improve throughout your week. Another great one that I've seen a lot of people have great success with is weekly challenges. This sets a fun challenge for yourself, like drawing one fan art piece every week or creating a mini comic in 7 days. These challenges keep things exciting and push your creativity. And more importantly, weekly challenges really bring everything down into bite-sized milestones that you can strive towards. The beauty of systems is that they don't rely on your motivation. It doesn't rely on you feeling great and feeling focused and feeling like you're on top of the world. Even on days where you're not feeling inspired, your system will carry you through. Now, the real secret weapon behind this, if I were to say one, is consistency. Because building habits is how you achieve your goals. Let me break that down. First, start small. When I first started doing my daily sketching, I didn't aim for an hour. I just started with 15 minutes. That small commitment made it easier to stick with, and over time, I naturally started drawing for longer. Another strategy is leveraging triggers. Pair your art time with an existing habit. For example, sketch right after your morning coffee or while listening to your favorite podcast. It helps make art part of the routine that already exists. And third is to reward yourself. When you hit a milestone, celebrate it. It's huge. Maybe buy a new set of brushes, treat yourself to a new game, or share your progress online for some positive feedback. And here's a pro tip: track your progress. This is super important. Use a calendar, a notebook, or an app to log your art session. Seeing those streaks build up is incredibly motivating. And remember, not everything will go as planned, and that's okay. The key is to adapt. I like to do a monthly check-in with myself and I ask what's working, what's not, and what can I change. For example, I once set a goal to create one finished piece every week. After a month, I realized it was too ambitious and I started to feel like a chore. So I adjusted my system to focus on studies once a week and finish this for the following week. That change made a huge difference in keeping me motivated. The point is, don't be afraid to modify your goals or your systems. Growth isn't linear and flexibility is definitely your friend. Now, let's talk about motivation. It's super tough to stay motivated. All the systems and all of the goals that you set yourself can really hit that wall when you don't really feel motivated to see it through. Here are a few tips to help you with that. Mix your work and play. Balance serious practice with fun projects, like drawing your favorite anime characters or creating fan art of a new game that you're currently obsessed with. Take breaks. Burnout is real. I spent a whole video talking about that. If you're feeling drained, step away for a day or two. Rest is part of the process. And then third is find your community. Join online art groups or participate in art challenges like Inktober, or share your work on social media. If you have a close set of friends that you draw with, maybe go into a coffee shop and have a draw session with them. Just remember, don't compare your art journey to others. Just focus on your own growth. But being able to be a part of community and see other people progress or having a positive feedback loop, that can be tremendous in keeping you motivated. Now it's your turn. What's one art goal you're setting for yourself for 2025? Drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear about it. And if this video gave you some inspiration, hit that like button and subscribe for more tips to level up your art. Remember, your art journey is about progress, not perfection. With the right goals and systems, 2025 can be your breakthrough year. Let's make that happen together. Until next time, keep drawing.